Welcome to The Terrible Take, a daily segment telling Steeler Nation what's on our minds. I'm Melanie Friedlander. Today's game against the Las Vegas Raiders isn't a must-win for the Steelers by any means. But coming off a 2-game skid, it sure feels like a win would be key to help right the ship. Theoretical starting quarterback Russell Wilson, who has been inactive and served as the emergency third quarterback so far this season, has been working his way back from a calf injury. He finally finished a week of practice as a full participant. While Mike Tomlin hasn't ruled out Wilson as the starter officially, it's pretty clear the job will go to Justin Fields once again today. Fields is currently on pace to pass for 3,267 yards with 17 passing touchdowns in the regular season. That won't get the Steelers where they want to be by the end of Week 17. The Steelers' offense has struggled to score points this year so far. The run game, which was supposed to be the meat and potatoes of the offense, is looking more like leftovers in the last 2 weeks. And they can't rely on a defense badly depleted by injury to their pass rushers to hold their opponent to less than 17 points this time. So, if Fields is going to keep his job as the starter over a healthy Russell Wilson, and more importantly, if the Steelers are going to come away with a win, what needs to change? It seems pretty simple to me. According to Next Gen Stats, Justin Fields currently has an average intended air yards of 7.2 yards. Not exactly booming it down the field. Compare that to Sam Darnold, who is reinventing himself as the quarterback of the 5-0 Minnesota Vikings with an average of 9.4 intended air yards. And even if that doesn't result in a ton of explosive plays, it sure can move the chains. But here's the thing about Fields in the passing game. He has an adjusted completion percentage of 80%. That is the percent of aimed passes that were thrown on target, regardless of whether they were dropped by the receiver. Fields is better than Jordan Love at 70%. Better than Sam Darnold at 71%. Fields is just 1% behind Patrick Mahomes on that all-important stat. If you're watching the Steelers play this season, your eyes tell you that many of Justin Fields' deep passes should have been completed passes for big gains. Several were derailed by penalties. Some were drops on entirely catchable balls. Bottom line, Justin Fields can make those plays given the chance. When offensive coordinator Arthur Smith limited Fields from targeting the middle of the field against the Falcons in his first game, it made sense. Fields hadn't prepared as the starter that week in practice, and Smith did not want to risk turnovers with Atlanta safety Jesse Bates waiting to make a play. 5 weeks later, though, that plan needs to change. It's time to take the training wheels off for Justin Fields. Let him be aggressive in the passing game. Find out what you have in him before you run out of reasons to keep Russell Wilson on the bench. Give George Pickens some motivation to make a contested catch. Take advantage of Calvin Austin's speed. Hit Pat Freiermuth over the middle. Justin Fields needs to be given the chance to push the ball downfield, and this is the perfect game to do it. That's my take. You can follow me on Twitter @GirlSurgeon. Check out The Terrible Take every day at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Follow us on SteelersDepot.com, and check out The Terrible Podcast with Dave Bryan and Alex Kozora every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.